Shalom. Before I get into this lesson, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the men that taught me this word. I want to give honors and respect to the brothers that's out here laboring, edifying, rightly dividing the word in truth and sincerity. And I want to give shalom to the Akim wa Akwathium out there, and that's the brothers and the sisters. So yeah, the name of this lesson is Persecute Them with Thy Tempest. Isaiah 28, starting at 2. Behold, the Lord have a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand.
You're watching NBC News now. Here's what's happening.
Everything I own was on this property. Everything I worked for my entire life. I don't know how many times that I can pick up and start over.
Recovering from Ida, more than 50 people are dead and entire communities remain underwater and without power.
What you seeing? Hurricane Ida. And what you seeing is the Lord bringing judgment upon this earth.
And the GOAT, Tom Brady, revealing he had
And
COVID just after his Super Bowl win.
I'm skip, but as you can see, that's the pestilence right there.
At these homes. Now, this home right behind me is where June lives. She's a grandmother in her 60s. There she is right there. She has 9.
Let me get something else. Let's go to the book of Psalms. Bear with me. Psalms 83, starting at 15. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek the Lord. Seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish.
Grandchildren here today, helping her as well as many other family members, salvaging whatever they can from inside. Over here, over my shoulder, you can see some of these family photos that they've been able to recover. I went inside. They've had to pull out rugs. They've had to pull out a flooring as well as walls. And they don't know how long this is going to take in order for it to be safe for June to go back in there. Take a listen.
The water's gone, but our lives are like over till we, rebuild. But cleanup is disastrous, and it's going to take a long time.
How do you deal with this financially?
I don't know how I'm going to pay to have 3 houses fixed. One of which doesn't have any flood insurance. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll make more memories, we'll make more pictures, and I'm sure I've got copies of a lot of stuff. I'll make her more, and we'll make more memories. You just have to keep going forward. You can't give up.
President Biden's visit tomorrow.
What are you seeing? Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish. What you are seeing is judgment from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And let's go to the book of Mark, starting at chapter 13, starting at 8. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows. What are you seeing on planet Earth? What are you seeing? Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be earthquakes in diverse places. And when you go into that word, matter of fact, when you go into that word earthquakes, the etymology of that word earthquakes, it take you to tempest. And tempest, when you go into the etymology of tempest, it goes to what? Violent storms. Hurricane Ida. Hurricane Ida was the second most damaging hurricane to strike the U.S. state of Louisiana on record, behind Hurricane Katrina, and is tied for the strongest landfall in the state by maximum winds with Hurricane Laura a year before and the 1856 last island hurricane. And then let's go here. Ida originated from a tropical wave in the Caribbean Sea on August 23rd. On August 26th, the wave developed into a tropical depression, which organized further and became a tropical storm Ida later that day near Grand Cayman. And as you can see, amid favorable conditions, Ida intensified into a hurricane on August 27th. So basically that was 4 days later, just before moving over western Cuba. A day later, the hurricane underwent rapid intensification over the Gulf of Mexico and reached its peak, intensified as strong as a Category 4 hurricane while approaching the northern Gulf Coast. On August 29th, the 16th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, see, Ida made landfall near Port Fourchon, Louisiana. Ida weakened steadily over land, becoming a tropical depression on August 30th as it turned northeastward on September 1st. Ida transitioned into a post-tropical cyclone as it accelerated through the northeastern United States before moving out to the Atlantic on the next day. And look, Hurricane Ida, Category 4. It formed on the 26th. Highest winds was 150 miles per hour. Fatality 63, 28 indirect. 50 billion. Let's go down. Where was I looking? New Orleans levee survived, though power line damage was intensive throughout the whole city, and it was reported that it was 1 million people without power, and they still without power. You know, the remnants of the storm produced destructive tornadoes, outbreaks, and catastrophic flash flooding in the northeastern United States. So it went all the way from the islands to New Orleans, all the way up to the East Coast, man. On September 1, flooding in New York City prompted the shutdown of much of the transportation system. As of September 4th, a total of 91 deaths have been confirmed in relation to Ida, including 71 in the United States, 20 in Venezuela. In the United States, 27 deaths were in New Jersey, 18 in New York, 13 in Louisiana, 5 in Pennsylvania, 2 in Mississippi, 2 in Alabama, 1 in Maryland, 1 in Virginia, and 1 in Connecticut. The storm has caused 28 indirect deaths, including 20 deaths from flooding in Venezuela caused by Ida's precursor. See, so as you can see, this was a very, very powerful storm, a violent storm, which is a tempest, which, like, when you go into these earthquakes in diverse places, it just don't mean an earthquake. It mean that too, but also, like I told you, it mean a tempest, which the etymology of the word is a violent storm. The storm has caused at least 50 billion in damages, of which 18 billion was insured losses in Louisiana. See? So out of 50 billion, only 18 billion was insured, you know? Second Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Lord will, you was edified. Until the next time, Shalom.